Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello and welcome everyone to our online classroom. We are still with discovering language for Unit 4, now man is an island. After grammar and reported speech, today we move to vocabulary. In vocabulary, we have 2 points to discuss. So, vocabulary point 1 is about reported speech. Reporting verbs. So, what are reporting verbs? Let's see. Reporting verbs are verbs used to report statements, questions, and orders. We use them to change from direct to reported speech. Let's see some examples to understand more. So here we have 2 examples. Example 1. 1. Ted told his friends, "You are invited for dinner at my home." When we report that, we use a verb. Ted invited his friends to dinner at his home. Example 2. The old lady told Tom, please, can you help me carry these bags?" When we report this request here, or this, we report it this way. The old lady begged Tom to help her carry those bags. Look, we have the verbs invited and begged. These verbs are reported verbs used to report the direct statements and questions or orders. And in reporting verbs, we have 3 categories. Category A, or category 1, the verbs say and tell are common reporting verbs and follow the structure. Which structure they follow, these 2 verbs? We use the reporting verb, and that is optional. We can use it as we can omit it. After that, we use a subject, then a verb. We have a list of other verbs which follow the same pattern. These verbs are admit, announce, answer, claim, complain, confess, declare, explain, inform, insist, mention, promise, reply, state, suggest, and there are others as well. Category B, these are verbs used to report promises, orders, offers, requests, advice, and suggestions. These verbs are often reported using 2 plus infinitive. Look at these 2 examples here. Shall I call a taxi? She offered to call a taxi. Here, after the reporting verb, we use the 2 infinitive. She offered to call a taxi. Don't make so much noise. The teacher asked me not to make so much noise. After asked me, not to. It's another negative infinitive. Of course, we have a list of verbs which belong to this category. These verbs are agree, advise, ask, beg, decide, demand, invite, offer, order, promise, refuse, remind, tell, threaten, warn. The 3rd category, or category C, Some verbs are followed by ing form. That means when we report, after these verbs, we use the ing form. It's verb plus ing. Look at these two examples. Sorry, I'm late. Paul apologized for being late. Being, it's the verb to be plus ing, of course, in ing form. Sorry, I was late. Paul apologized for having been late. We have a list of verbs that belong to this category, category C. These verbs are accuse of, admit, confess to, congratulate for, deny, insist on, regret, thank for. Okay, now let's move to practice in order to see how to use these verbs. Activity 1. Fill in the gaps using the verbs in the box. Use each verb once only. We have here 12 sentences, and here we have 12 verbs. So, you have to use each verb just once. That means the number of verbs correspond to the number of sentences. You will have 5 minutes to do this activity. So, see you after doing that. Okay, your time is over. Now, let's correct and see. 1. Have dinner with me, she said. Me to have dinner with her. So she invited me to have dinner with her. Number 2, why don't you make a cake for the party? Samuel said. Samuel suggested to make a cake for the party. Number 3, I promise I will take you to Iran for holidays, said Maria. Maria promised to take me to Iran for holidays. Number 4, please, please don't tell anyone, he said. He begged me not to tell anyone. 5, I'm sorry, I arrived late at the wedding, Dalila said. Dalila apologized for arriving late at the wedding. 6, you should have extra lessons, she said. She advised me to have extra lessons. Number 7, we really must go with you, they said. They insisted on going with me. Number 8, family, I have news. I have bought a new TV set, said Tariq. Tariq informed them that he had bought a new TV set. Number 9, I won't go to Karima's party tomorrow, Layla said. Layla refused to go to Karima's party the day after. Number 10, don't forget to phone Granny, said Mom. Mom reminded me to phone Granny. Number 11, if you wear my t-shirt again, I will pinch you very hard, said Murad. Murad threatened to pinch me very hard if I wore his t-shirt again. Number 12, don't fly kites near electric overhead cables, said my father. My father warned me not to fly kites near electric overhead cables. Now, let's move to the second activity. Activity 2, report these statements starting with the words given. Okay, to do this activity, you will have another 5 minutes. Well, your time is over now, and it's time to correct. Let's see all together. Report the statement starting with the words given. 1. I broke the window yesterday. He admitted he had broken the window the day before. 2. Why don't we try the new Italian restaurant? He suggested to try the new Italian restaurant. 3. I think I won't go out tonight because I'm tired. She decided not to go out that night because she was tired. 4. You really mustn't be late for your interview this afternoon. She warned him not to be late for his interview that afternoon. Number 5, please all, bring your homework to me by 9 on Monday morning. The teacher reminded us to bring our homework to him by 9 on Monday morning. Number 6, I'll pay you back all the money I owe you by tomorrow. He promised to pay me back all the money he owed me by the day after. 7, give me the keys of the safe or I will shoot you. He threatened me to give him the keys of the safe or he would shoot me. Number 8, I'm sorry, but I have forgotten your English book. She apologized for forgetting my English book. Here we come to the end with point 1. So let's go to point 2. Well, for point number 2 in vocabulary, we are going to learn about some lexemes and vocabulary related to this unit. So, this is topical lexemes. Look, here we have a number of pictures. Look at these pictures and look at these words. Match each word from this list here with its corresponding picture. 12 words and 12 pictures. 2 minutes to do this. your 2 minutes are over. Now, let's match the pictures with their corresponding words. Picture 1. This picture. What's that? These are charities. If you remember well, we saw that in our first lesson, charities which are Red Cross and Red Crescent. Picture 2. To rescue. To rescue or to help during disaster. Picture number 3. Volcano eruption. Picture 3. These are volunteers. Who are the volunteers? They are people working for charities. Next one, picture number 5. These are floods. Picture number 6. This is a hospital emergency. Picture number 7. First aid kit. What is a first aid kit? It's a kit that contains all the necessary things we need in emergency, especially when someone is injured or in case of a disaster. Picture number 8. This is a victim of an accident, a victim of a disaster. Picture number 9. This is solidarity. That means together, unity, solidarity. Look at the hands, which are all together. This is called solidarity circle. They symbolize solidarity. Picture number 10, an emergency plan. Look at the family here. They are making a plan in case of an emergency. Picture number 11, this is an earthquake. So, look at the damage it causes. And the last picture, the verb to donate. Donate money, donate food, clothes for the needy people. The needy people can be poor or can be victims of disasters. Let's move to activity number 2 now. In activity number 2, use the words from activity 1 to fill in the gaps in the following sentences. Here we have 7 sentences. In each sentence, there is 1 or 2 gaps. There is 1 gap or 2. So, how to fill in these gaps? We use the words we learned in activity 1. So, go back to activity 1 and use the words to complete these sentences. You have 3 minutes for that. Okay, it's time for correction now. Let's correct. Number one, people working for charities don't get paid. Why? Because they are volunteers. 2, most of the victims left hospital because their injuries were not serious. 3, in hard times, we need unity, solidarity, kindness, and brotherhood. Number 4, to show our solidarity with the victims of disasters, we should donate money, food, and even blood. 5, every family ought to make an emergency plan and keep a first aid kit at home in case of a disaster or a domestic accident such as a fire or a gas leakage. 6, all the victims of the accidents were rescued and taken to the hospital emergency to receive the necessary treatments. Number 7, thousands of people are killed every year by natural disasters such as floods and earthquakes. Here we come to an end of our today lesson. So thank you for your patience, thank you for watching, and see you in the next lesson.
شكرا على المشاهدة. لا تنسوا الاشتراك في القناة، الضغط على الجرس، الإعجاب بالفيديو.